We definitely looking like something today. Um, Let me cut this air down, child, 'cause I'm freezing. So, y'all know my lives don't be jumping, so I know y'all gonna catch the replay. If I'm yelling, it's 'cause I hope y'all can hear me through this. Let's cut this off. Okay. Um, Hopefully y'all can hear me. If not, read my lips. 'Cause I don't know if my how about I just take my earpiece off? That way y'all can hear me. Okay, there we go. Um, I know somebody gonna catch the replay. Like I said, I'm yelling. I want to be heard. Good afternoon. Oh, thank you, Miss Claudia. So, unfortunately, I hope everyone is having a blessed day so far. Let me start off with that. Um, and I just want to thank God for mercy and favor. I want to get that out the way. Hello, Miss Bridget. Hello, everyone. I have been off of YouTube. Clearly, I was supposed to upload my hot wing video yesterday. I recorded a little bit, but I was too busy trying to hurry up and cook before I went to pick my son up from work. And I still got the video, but it is really like probably less than a minute because I was like really not showing every little piece or part of it. I said I need to stop telling these people I'm gonna come on here and post stuff and ain't worth a damn. Ain't post nothing. So sorry y'all. I was informed, or I came across somebody sent me and was, telling me about, hitting me up about the domestic violence. And yeah, we're gonna talk about it. And I want to talk about it because I can, because I went through that. I've been there, done that. So let's talk about my story. I actually brought it up previously on a couple videos back when I was talking about being depressed and what triggers me and flashbacks and stuff like that. What I will say is, if you are a what be killing me is just people that know better, and I can't stress this enough. People that be way older than me. I don't give a damn how depressed and how low I be feeling sometimes. If you touch me or initiate something as if, or giving me the type of body language that you ready to pop off, I'm going to tell you to go ahead on. For many reasons. Because one, I know that I could end up going away because I will snap. And it'll come from a very dark place because I feel like you're trying to take me out. Especially if I love you. I'm talking about as of right now. Especially if I love you and you giving me the kind of aggression and you're not being my peace. Right? So why I'm saying that is I don't understand how people that already went through so much in life and I've been through everything and I already experienced this before are way older than me. I gotta specify that, and are comfortable with being in aggressive situations like that. Because it's never gonna get better. It's never gonna get better unless the two of them. It ain't gonna take no counseling. That's something that gotta be worked on within. Like with me, that's why I don't like to be angry, because I tell people, because people automatically assume that because you deal with anxiety and depression that you're always mean or in a sunken place. That's not always the case. I don't even like to argue because my head will start hurting. I get crazy headaches from arguing. And arguing for me, it'll be real short and simple, especially if I know I'm right. It'll be like, okay, all right, you got it. I'm probably like right now. I don't fell out with a friend of mine, and we're gonna talk about that too. Say I don't mind telling. I don't mind keeping real. Hello, Miss Jennifer. Um, we'll talk about that later. But Free was arguing by herself, cause my nerves too bad, and I don't want to take all my anger out on you. So argue by yourself, baby. But I was 18 years old when I first experienced that. I just felt like I needed to conversate about it because this is a trending topic. But I'm not going to dwell on other people. I want to talk about my experience and what I feel a person should be aware of and what they should be tired of, and what people really like. I was 18 and I was with this guy. I met him at the transit. I was on the bus going somewhere on the bus and ran into this guy. Oh, my phone to overheat up here. Let me just hold it. And he, I was young, man. I was what? My son was probably one. Jeremiah probably one. I just saw a dude with a car that rolled up on me at the transit at the bus stop. I ain't had my son with me that day. I was like, well, I've never been with a guy with a car, wasn't dating nobody. 18, my mama was still staying in Atlanta. I was back home in Charlotte, and he was very thuggish. He was very thuggish. I'm gonna say I ain't know no better, cause I mean, if I knew better, I wouldn't have been bothered. You know what I mean? Okay, couple months go by. About 6 months later, move in with him. I didn't really feel like he was throwed off or bipolar at the time, but I was in love. I was getting that pipe. I'm talking about when I was 18 now. I was getting that pipe, getting licked on. Y'all, come on now. Hey, for all my saints, I'm sorry, but y'all already know I gotta keep it 1,000. And he had a car and a gun, and I was just like, ooh, I'm with a superstar. 18 now, didn't know no better. Wasn't even working. I hadn't even got my first job yet. And he was living with his mom. I moved in with them, and he did become where he didn't want. This was after like 6 months of talking. He didn't want me to never leave. He always wanted me to be up under him, and I finally got my first job at Wendy's. And he used to get aggressive. He used to threaten me at first. He used to threaten me, and he smoked a lot of ganja. I'm gonna say that. And my family, like, we were really close then, but I was like, my mom ain't around, my daddy not around, and my family can't really tell me what to do, so I'm doing what I want. That's the mindset I had at 18. Baby, he had introduced me to the ganja. He was like, he'll smoke this, because he was always smoking the ganja, so I was like, shoot, why not? I was just trying to be for whatever reason, be everything he needed. I don't know. And I could blame it on low self-esteem, because, I mean, I can't really say that I really knew what self-esteem was at the time. I wasn't fully taking care of myself or looking like I look now. If I showed y'all a picture of me younger, I was black as this inside this car. Dark skin, pimples everywhere, unibrow. I stayed baby now, but my everything else was, my outside looked so different. I was way smaller. But after, he got me on the weed or got me on the ganja, and I started smoking it, then I got introduced to drinking. He introduced me to liquor. While he was introducing me to all these things, the more I started using them, the more he started putting his hands on me. I'm talking about, it was just simple stuff. I'm going to get to the point of what I'm talking about when I was younger. It's a point to it. But I remember when I was washing clothes one day, he was selling it too. He was selling, drugs. And I didn't check one of his pants pockets, and he had like $100 in there. Honey, he flew down to that laundromat and jacked me up and called me out kind of B. He was like, you washing my money? And jacked me up at that laundromat. That was the first time. He choked me up by the laundromat, and I was scared because he was just like, he came off so manly. He was very masculine. And I didn't know what to do, but I was in love. So I was like, whatever, Excuse me. And, I got me a slush from Quick Trip. Hold on. Y'all, one time for the makeup. It's definitely giving. With my little kindergarten hairstyle. Don't judge me, judge your mama. But, after that, he started taking my paychecks. Whenever I got paid from Wendy's, I would have to give his mom money on the rent. And Wendy's wasn't paying nothing. Man, I think I was making $7 or $8 an hour when I was 18, because I was working at the Wendy's downtown by Target in Charlotte. It's the only Wendy's that's downtown by the Target. It's by the hospital. It's the Wendy's right there. And He used to pop up at my job and just come through the drive-thru whenever he got mad about something. And I didn't know he was cheating on me the whole time. So whenever the other girl made him mad, he'll pop up at my job and rush me off. Like I would have an hour or two left in my shift. He would come and tell me, "Come on, let's go now." I was so embarrassed. Then his mama started working there for her second job, and his cousins started working there. So I felt trapped because his family was always around. One of his family, for one of his cousins, I became friends with. Thank you. And we are still friends to this day because I don't fault her for how he treated me because she used to take up for me. I was so scared of him because he used to look crazy. He had big bulging eyes and he would just stop and stare at me like a death stare. Like Miss Allen be staring crazy at people sometimes. He had like a death stare. He would stare at me and that would intimidate me. And years, I stayed with him for a year and a half. The first time he hit me, it became more. One night I came home. He was so jealous of the fact that I had a child before I met him. This how crazy he was. He was jealous. So every time I let my son, mind you, my son's father and my son's grandma, they loved my son. Like they always had him whenever I had to work and stuff like that. We raised my son together, and he was used to going over there, and it's like he started getting jealous. Like me and my baby's father were talking. We didn't talk. Like it was just crazy. So around Christmas, I let her come and get my son, his grandma. When I got back in the house, he pulled his pistol out, that same gun. It was a 40 Glock. It was silver with a black. I remember how it looked because it was raggedy because he had duct tape on it. That gun, I can laugh about it now, and I just thank the Lord for it. He pistol whipped me and told me I wasn't never gonna be, because he was mad because I let my son go over here with his daddy, because he wanted to be my son's daddy. He was so controlling, y'all. This ain't nothing. Now hold on, I'm getting to the good part. And he made me get on my knees. He said, you gonna beg for your life today. And he made me get on my knees and I was crying, and I said, please don't kill me. And he just stood there looking at me with his gun pointed in my face. And I'm gonna say I'm grateful for going through that because I am tough as nails. I'm tough as nails is sometimes I get overwhelmed with life and anxiety, and that's my weakness. But other stuff, like my mind, like I come up out of it. Because if you look at me right now, you couldn't tell that I go through anything. You couldn't tell. You could not tell. But I'm not afraid to live in my truth. I ain't have to come on here and tell nobody I suffer with that stuff. I know people talk about that anyway. But let's get back into the story. So, shortly after that, I broke away. I got tired, and I went back to stay with my uncle and them. So he knew where they stayed, so he would drive past there. He tried to burn the house down, throw smoke bombs. What you call them thing when you put a rag in a liquor bottle and throw it on people on your house or property? And I knew his car. He had a burgundy Pontiac Grand Am, one of the old ones, 2-door, and he had a system in there. I know you see me live. The way the street was, you could see his car going down the street. He came right in the open and rode past the house looking for me. And I'll be sitting on the porch and I'll go in the house as soon as I see his car. Because what do you want? I'm not no. But guess what? I went right on back. Because he was like my sweetheart. Sorry, y'all. My wife called me, y'all. So, I went back, still drinking. Drinking got heavier, and he tried to kidnap us. Why did I have my son in that environment? You know what? My son I think he had just turned 1. My son don't remember nothing other day, me even being with that person. My son don't remember none of the fights because he really used to fight me and jump on me when my son was not around. When my son was around, he was more calmer, but he still used to talk to me like a dog. And this time my son had came over there. I went over there. He was like, I want to see him. He took me to buy him some stuff or whatever. But that evening, my son went back with his grandma. So that evening, he was mad again. Every time he went with my son grandma, hey Jaleesa girl, he got mad. And he slapped me so hard I flew from one side of the room to the other. And I was angry. So I left again. Don't you know that man called social service on me and sent them to my uncle's house and told them I would feed my son drugs and all kinds of stuff. Because I wanted to get out. He tortured me. Man, I tried to go back to work. I had left him for like a couple months. Like, I was tired. I had went back to work. But like I said, his mama and his cousins didn't work there. So I thought they was my friends. Y'all got to keep in mind, I was 18 with a child and very immature. This man, one of the cousins who I thought was cool with me, I had applied for an apartment. She went and told him that where I moved to. He was popping up to the job, coming through the drive-thru, asking for me, coming to the job, lying to me I stole some money from him. He came from behind the counter and came in there. We were tussling. I was tired, started fighting back. We were tussling. My manager had to run him out the store. So I had not changed my son's daycare yet. He gonna call me and say, I got your son. He went and picked my son up from daycare and told me the only way I can get him back is if I come back. Man, when I tell y'all, I done been through some stuff. And I can't cry. I won't mess with my makeup. I thank the Lord that my son did not remember none of this stuff. And I don't even talk about it around him because it's sad. It's sad because I didn't have nobody around to tell me. Like, nigga, like they was trying to tell me, but I was lost out here at 18. Bad. So I had to call the police, and I had to go to I told them that he had a gun. He had a gun, and I would want them. I thought he was gonna try to kill my son, y'all, because he was obsessed with me. He used to come through the drive-thru every day, but when I called the police and I had to catch it, my son's grandma came and got me, and we went to the apartments where him and his girlfriend was at. He had a girlfriend the whole time. It was just crazy, but my son was fine. He didn't hurt my baby. But after that, I got my apartment, y'all. I was in my apartment for 3 weeks. I had not talked to this man. This was my first apartment. And it was a pretty decent apartment for me. I had got my income tax money. Okay? Everybody know, if you got children, you might get something back. I was working at Wendy's. I had my son. I filed my taxes. I got my apartment. I got approved around, it was after my birthday. My birthday February. This was in 2019. Towards almost 2020. I'm 2009, y'all. I'm thinking, my mind's going. This was in 2009. So about 2010-ish is when I got the apartment. Because I was waiting for a year and a half. I was 18. My son was born in 2006. So do the math. And I gave them 3 months worth of rent. And they was questioning me. They was like, well, why are you paying so much? You're the youngest tenant we have that has ever paid this much on rent. I was serious. That's one thing. When I get tired of stuff, it be stuff that trigger me like a light switch come on. I'm like, hey, you got to do this. So I took them 3 months worth of rent, and I paid my rent up, and my mom and them helped me move. I was not talking to that man. I was so happy to be free. I be damn one night I got knocked on my door. And did I change my number yet? No, but I had blocked him. He was calling me from random numbers, private. I never answered. And I looked through the peephole. Guess who at the door? I said, get away from my door. My son was in his room asleep. I had a 2-bedroom. I said, I know he probably got that gun. So I went in the kitchen and got me a knife, and I put it in my back pocket because I didn't know what he was going to do. I was on the 2nd floor, though, so he couldn't climb up no windows or nothing, thank God. Honey, I went back in that room. Next thing I know, he kicked through my door. My son was still asleep, though, because I pulled his room door up. I didn't want him to hit nothing. He kicked through my door. He was like, "You got a nigga in here?" Da, 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 da. I was like, "Yo, what are you? My door, my whole door. Like, what is you doing?" And this was like 11 to 12 o'clock. I'll never forget this night. Because it was like, I really went through this stuff. I really went through this stuff. Man, that man kicked through my door and had that gun. He tried to strangle me with my pillow. And I was fighting him back. And when I got up from out of there, he had that little raggedy gun, that same raggedy gun that had that tape on there. And you know what? Something went through me. I don't know what went through me, y'all. But my son, he woke up and he said, "Mama, what's wrong?" I said, "Jeremiah, stay in your room." I put him in his room. I shut it. I said, "Do not come out this room." Because I was finna go to jail that night. Because I had worked so hard to get where I was. And I was finally at peace. And I was scared he was going. I was scared that was going to be the end for me. I got that dang on knife. And when I tell y'all I blacked out and went to swinging, all I know is I heard, "Oh," I hit him in the rib. And we were tussling. He was trying to take my phone out my hand. He had his phone in his hand, and I had mine. So I was trying to call 911. He snatched my phone and ran out the door and dropped his. So I called 911 from his phone, and I'm sure he was still close by. Excuse me, I got gas, y'all. And I went to the closet. I dropped the knife, and I had this long bedpost. It was like a 4x4 piece of wood. So while I'm on the phone, I ran down the stairs after him. I didn't care about no gun. I didn't care about nothing. I ran down the stairs because I was tired, y'all. I was tired. He kicked in my door. He trying to come kill me. I was tired. I fought back that night. When the officers came, listen to this. They said what? Because he was gone. I said, "He's here. He's around here," because he left his phone. It was woods in the back. So I know he was in the woods somewhere. Honey, the officers was finna leave. That's how I know this was the Lord. They was finna leave. One officer turned back around, and he said, "Ma'am, didn't you say he had a gun?" I said, "Yes." He pointed that gun at me. He always pointed that gun. I tried to leave him, and I was telling him about everything. So he said he gave me some paperwork about domestic violence and how to do restraining order. My mom and them took me the next day. Because my mom and them came around there, and it was late, and I didn't want to call them. But they came out there the next morning, baby. And when all my family was ready, everybody was ready to go to jail that day. They do not play about me. And I went down there, and this is what happened when we went to court. Now, yeah, he finally left me alone, but this is how crazy he was. When we were scuffling in the house, though, that night, he broke my TV. My TV got busted. So I was telling them that, like, the damages, da-da-da-da. He in court saying, "F her. I do it again." And come to find out, he had a whole pregnant girlfriend in there in the courtroom with his mama. They're supporting this. He shot his mama in the foot. He used to slap her around. What? So y'all really sit here, the judge had to tell him to calm down. Let me speak this gun out. He was crying. He didn't care. Baby, he didn't care. He was in the courthouse acting a fool. They made him pay me for my TV. I think he ended up giving me like $300 for that. But y'all, the story, to wrap that up, I was scared to go back to work after that. I was scared to go back to work. So I lost my job, and I eventually lost my place. Moved back in with my mama. That's when my mama moved back up here. Yeah, she moved back up here like during the end of us. Before I actually got tired of him, she moved back up here. And she got her house. She had a big a split level house, big beautiful house. It was up the street from the apartments I was in. And that's when I stopped. That's when I stopped everything. I stopped drinking so much liquor at that time, because I did start back drinking eventually, but I stopped smoking and I gave up smoking, period. So I was just saying that to say this. The last altercation I got in with a person I was in a relationship with was in 2018 or 19, one of them. And I told y'all about it. I think it's in one of my story times. I told y'all about that. And that was because she was so evil and jealous of me and my son's relationship that she tried to be hateful and tried to pack my son's clothes out of my apartment and tell me if she had to go, when nobody been in there, and she packed my son's stuff up and she put my son's stuff outside. Y'all already know I had to tap that head. Yeah, I definitely did. Yeah, so you call me the aggressor, call me foul. I don't give a damn. My son finna go, well, finna do what?
And then she gave him a game and said she gonna take the game back because she was mad at me, like an Xbox or PlayStation. That same game she snatched on that wall, the same game I threw and smacked across the head with. Cause what you're not gonna do is beat me up. 1, 2, beat me up in my house. 3, beat me up and then we finna break up. And 4, you gonna have something to talk about. 4, we fighting over my son because you don't like him. My son is the most calmest, quietest kid who mind his business. He's very respectful. He went, and when we used to fall out, my son didn't open his mouth. But my son did not like to be around her because he never came out of her room because he knew she wasn't no good for me. But that was the last altercation I got in, and that was the reason it had built up. But as a 33-year-old woman right now, I wish I would be in a situation where I have to reach for somebody or go upside their head because and still be like, okay, but I still love you. We gonna work it out. Come on, y'all. We know that that's not, because you know why I feel like it won't be, it won't progress, because you might stop with the, yelling or threatening each other, but when you fall out about something else, you're gonna always have that in the back of your mind, and somebody gonna bring it back up. Somebody gonna be like, well, you thought last time you did it, but I bet it won't happen like this. Because that used to be me. When I used to fall out people, and they used to try to slick me or slide me one. Because, yeah, that's what happened last time with me and old girl. I was like, yeah, you got me one time because we had got in a fist fight before. She dotted me upside my head, and I tried to cut her throat off. That's why I be like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Don't bother me. Because I'm a lover. I will try to talk and have a conversation with anybody who I got attention with. I like to figure stuff out. And some people don't like that. They want to still have they foot up their butt and be, standoffish. And I try to talk it out, but if a person just giving you all bark and you steady trying to see him be, content and listen and soak it all in, even though you want to just rock their jaw, and they still making it hard for you, that builds up frustration. And then you feel like you got to go in. You got to prove a point. You got to show them, I'm the top dog. I'm more aggressive than you. I'm more louder than you. You have to sometimes feel like you have to break somebody down. Why would anybody want to be in that type of situation? Tell me myself, really. Like, right now, now to the friend, I was trying to be a friend. The friend is upset because I don't want to tell business. I called the friend a name. I feel like the friend had me in an environment that I shouldn't have been in, and it was disrespectful to me. And the friend didn't care, and the friend was under the influence and said something crazy to me. So I just said one thing to the friend and called her one thing, and she was like, oh, I don't want to talk to you no more, or we ain't got to be cool no more, or whatever. I'm like, well, I don't care, but you're still what you are, because you flip for no reason. Like, you are inconsiderate. You show me disrespect. When you show me disrespect, I don't hate you, but I have to let you go head on, especially if you're not going to apologize. You got to go head on, baby, because no, I'm the type, I like to get stuff out with talking, or if you really, like, I really can't say that I have beef with anybody. Yeah, let me talk about this. If you is a grown person, because I'm done talking about me and my stories. The moral of the story is, I've been through domestic violence. It's serious. It's crazy. If you don't control it now, it will never be controlled. It's only going to get worse. I don't condone nothing, but at the end of the day, I can't control what nobody do. I really don't care what them folk do. Them folk older than me, old enough to be my mom and my daddy, and I ain't got nothing to do with that. But I put distance between me and that friend. You're right, Bridget, because I had to let her acknowledge what she did. Friend is now apologetic about her actions and being a butthole. But that's cool, because see, what we supposed to be is just friends, right? So your feelings and your emotions were on a different level, which was kind of confusing to me. And I was like, no. universe need to create distance between me and you, because I feel like you're trying to move out of the friend zone, and we're not doing that. We're not doing that. But I survived my situation. I don't think any skit. I'm not saying nothing is a skit. I don't know. It's not a good idea if someone had that in their mind, like if that was the case. I don't think, that it was. From what I saw, I don't think that it was. But that ain't no domestic violence, honey. I'm gonna just be real with y'all. And y'all know I used to rock with people or whatever, but that's not domestic violence. But because the topic was brought to me, I wanted to talk about me. Domestic violence, people's eyes and stuff would have been scratched up and black eyed out. If it was really going down like that, that ain't no domestic violence. That was a domestic dispute. Okay? So I don't think that's fair for y'all to come on here and be hollering domestic violence, he won't be all that stuff. That ain't right. That man, you see how big he is. If he really wanted to hurt that girl, and you see how light she is, I'm pretty sure. Come on now, that eye would be black as his makeup on my face. The handprint, all that choke mark, all that lip would have been busted. I mean, come on. So I'm not gonna sit here and say that I don't feel like, but I don't know, because I'm not there. I don't know, but I don't feel like it's right to like put him, in that category. Domestic violence is domestic violence, baby. Now, domestic dispute or to do something to get somebody up out your face, that's kind of different. It depends on what it is, though. Because if you got somebody that aggressive, like I seen, like a barking dog, and you just sitting there on your porch and the dog just standing at your foot barking at you all day, hey, Miss Shannon, you gonna want to eventually kick your feet up in the air for that dog to move, because he in your face. He won't move. No one should put their hands on no one. Right. That's right. But what are you gonna do? What would you do if somebody kept on pressuring you and picking at you and was real, like, on your ass, like white on rice? You're going to feel pressure. Something is going to happen. Either you're going to move yourself away or you're going to move them. Either way. Yeah, people need to watch their words. But see, since that ain't my business and that ain't my situation, I can't tell them people what to say. All I know is I don't think that's fair to label somebody as that, because we want to talk about domestic violence in the black community. I ain't gonna say it don't happen to the white folks too, but y'all know black people household, they fight. Okay, I grew up and watched my uncle beat his wife, her beat him back. Like, I done seen a lot from my situation. So I guess I gotta choose my words when I say, because she wasn't bruised up or bloody, it was domestic violence. I mean, but think about it. If it really was that, well, why is she still there? Why is he still there? Why everybody blabbing on until somebody break up and remove themselves and it's a full separation? Wasn't no domestic nothing. Wasn't no domestic nothing. It was just a whole bunch of hoorah. I'm just saying. Remove them. It's best to remove yourself. Right. But if somebody is comfortable and they're willing to continue, why y'all mad about it? Obviously, they don't care even if it's for views or not. Them people he's still gonna lay down and rub that booty. She's still gonna lay down and rub that head. And it's gonna be all she. I'm sorry. I just gotta put some humor in it. Two people suffering. I ain't lying, Claudia. You right. Suffering from ain't healed. Ain't nobody healed. That's just like me. I'd be stupid and a fool to jump into a relationship or to continue one or whatever. And I know dang on well I got anxiety, depression, flashbacks. Even though I love people, like I'm such a giver person. Like, you really got to be around me to catch this vibe. I can't talk about it. I like to be about it. But it's just like, I've never been a jealous person though, cause I feel like I'm fine, baby. Honey, she fine. But it's like, I have my moments. If I literally see you in my face disrespecting me, I'm like, so what's tea? What you doing? Well, I mean, come on, man. I ain't got no business being with nobody right now. I need to work on myself. For real, no one should put their hands. That's right. All that fighting and stuff. It's finna be cuddling season. My favorite season is finna roll in, which is fall. Yes, y'all, I'm finna dye my hair again. Fall coming. It's time to snuggle up, go buy matching coats and matching pajama sets for the holidays and for Christmas and all that. Ain't nobody got time, man. We got monkeypox out here. Man, we got monkeys out on literally monkey. People look like monkeys. Child, what? Ain't nobody got time for that. Bills is too high. People better be trying to shack up. Never mind. I ain't lying. Cause for real, the gas, it just started going down in Charlotte. I think I seen $3.79 and then went $3.99 somewhere. Child, look. Child, y'all need to be trying to make up and go to the store and buy more ammo and get ready for whatever for to go down. Because, honey, see, like the days getting shorter and so are the nights. And gas probably ain't gonna go down no more. It might jump all the way up to $5. I'm scared to eat food. I soak all my food in vinegar now. Cause I'm scared something on there. Somebody done cough. Y'all, I use gloves at the gas pump. My gloves right here. It's us something to worry about. Do you hear me? Right. Like, why? I don't understand why all these people jumping up. Oh, domestic violence. Y'all is wildin'. Leave them people alone. So what? Like, she probably over there getting her booty rubbed right now by him. Like, what y'all gonna be mad? Cause they gonna come back on camera and she gonna be sitting right there and they gonna be right there hugging up kissing. Y'all gonna be mad about that. Child. I don't get it, but shoot, it be people that be married 20-something years be done slapped each other upside the head the whole married. I don't understand it, but that's how it is. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I ain't gonna lie. Me, being in that domestic violence relationship, I did become aggressive. I'm gonna tell y'all right quick. I really did. I know it ain't about to storm. I'm not gonna be in no storm. It's about to storm, y'all. I'm sitting at the park, by the way. He kind of rubbed off on me a little bit in the aggressive sector of things because I got tougher after being with him. Because he used to sit there and he'll just hit me out the blue. I'd be sitting in the chair just like this. And if he mad at something or if I say something or don't respond or ignore him, he will backhand me. And it's like now, I made a promise to myself to never let nobody else punk me or dog me out like that, or never let nobody beat me up. And I promise to you, he made me tough. So I got something from that, which was don't allow that no more for nobody to damn near kill you. And what I got out of that is being tough. I mean, I done had to hop on a dude head before. You know, I done had to hop on a dude head by myself. This was like in 2000. My wreck was in 2016. Yeah. Had to hop on a dude head because he kept calling me and my wife dykes. When we was sitting down drinking beers and stuff, and he liked me, which was weird. And he was mad because I wasn't talking to him. He was like, man, y'all a bunch of dykes. I told him if he called me that one more time. So I filled my cup of beer up and dashed it in his face. He jumped up and I jumped up. It happened. It went down. I was fighting the whole dude. Like, I'm not scared of nobody. So he made me tough. Like, but I don't walk around thinking I'm a bulldog. I don't do that. Because I like to talk. Listen, when I yell, when I tell y'all that headache that come after that, ooh, I can't yell, baby. I don't like to yell and get frustrated. My head be hurting too bad. Y'all know I got high blood pressure. I can't be yelling and stuff. Migraines and stuff. No. But the downside about that, let me tell you the downside before I let y'all go. I had nightmares for years after that. I had nightmares that he would come after they hit you. Yeah, that's right, Miss Shannon. That is so, and I experienced that. But when going like dating furthermore after that relationship, I didn't go off and you know be reaching for people and slapping people up. It had to be really pulled out of me from being cheated on and disrespected and basically spat on in my face, slap in the face. Somebody sitting there telling you they love you one night, the next minute get them call you a fat B. That's like a slap in the face. And then they showing their body language shows aggression. I ain't gonna lie, I used to meet them halfway. I feel like you finna do something to me, so let me make the first move. I ain't gonna lie. I can't lie. I can't say that I wasn't that. I became that person because I said I would never let nobody pump me and never put me in that kind of position no more. And the sad part about it is, even though years after we broke up, I had nightmares that he was chasing me. Everywhere I moved, I thought he was somewhere in the bushes looking. In my nightmares, he used to jump out of the bushes or jump out of nowhere and chase me with that same gun and try to kill me. But in my dream, I always woke up when he was about to pull the trigger or when he was about to reach for me. I always woke up. I had dreams for about 5 years after that. And I finally released it. I think I told you, I talked about this in another story. This is what I did, y'all. I found him on Facebook because I needed to get over it. I needed healing. Because I didn't want to be with nobody. Like growing up 20s, early 20s. When I say toxic relationships, because of that situation, I reached out to him on Facebook. This was like, oh my God, 2011. And I seen he had a daughter. And I said, I want to see you. I want to see him. I wanted to tell him to his face that I forgave him. Because it took a lot of, even though I still had my nightmares after I went to go, I wanted to see him. I wanted to see how life was treating him. I wanted to see how he was, and guess what he was? Back home, living with his granddaddy, who didn't even like him, who didn't even want him there, had no car, had on the same clothes from when we first met, and had the nerve to ask me, could him and his daughter, the daughter that he had got pregnant with while he was cheating and beating on me, could they come and stay with me for a few months? Wow. And when I met him at his granddaddy's house, I had just got my first little car, my little 93 Toyota Corolla. And I said, I just wanted to tell you that I forgive you. And I just needed to see you to get that off my chest because you took me through a lot. I said, you tried to kill me. And I said, you really made me stronger, but you broke me. But I said, I've been asking the Lord to help me with the situation. And I had to see you. I wanted to face him. I wanted to face him to get it out my system, if that makes sense. And he was just apologetic. He was like his daughter was like 2 or 3 or so. I don't know. She was a little girl at the time. Beautiful little baby. I didn't want to be hateful towards her because of him. I wanted to give her a hug because I felt sorry for her. Because I honestly feel like he probably beating on her mama too. He probably beating on her or whatever. And when I left there, I can't tell y'all, I felt like a big weight left off my shoulder. I felt like a big weight left off my shoulder that I got to face him. And I prayed and I kept praying and I finally stopped dreaming. I finally stopped having them nightmares that he was chasing me and trying to kill me and stuff like that. Stuff had me tore up, child. He did. So I just hope that going forward that people can learn to communicate. If they really love each other, it'll work out. The universe will provide them with what they need, because we're not gonna put God in this right here. We gotta stop doing that too, y'all. Because God not in the midst of that. God not in the midst of that. Sometimes we have to think about. Sometimes it's not meant. Well, yeah, we can say that God is trying to show them that it's not going to work or they're incompatible. We can say that, but we're not going to say, oh, well, God told me to be aggressive with, I said, no, he ain't told nobody to hit nobody. He ain't told nobody to pull on nobody. He ain't tell you to do that. But he could give you signs and allow stuff to happen because you're not listening to the other messages. So he's going to keep allowing stuff to happen until you finally realize what need to be realized. And I realized that recently. And that's true. And I understand now. I be seeing stuff and stuff. Man, y'all, these affirmations that I share on my page, please go. Please go. It's just affirmations, basically speaking stuff out loud into existence that you claim. I claim to be loved. I claim this. I claim to receive miracles. I claim abundance. And you listen to that stuff and you just close your eyes. That stuff make you feel so good. That got me through my my little sunken place, I was just saying, that stuff sure helped my soul. Along with prayer, too. There's the Psalms y'all told me to read and all that, man, I tell you. It got me feeling real good. And I thank y'all for sharing me. What this man walk through the park? Dude, he got a mask on his face. If this man come to my car, I'm running him slap over. I ain't playing. Cause he look crazy. Hold on, y'all. Him right there. He look like he got a mask on. Can y'all see? Now you walking over here. Now you better go on. I'm not gonna play with nobody. I'm done, y'all. I got to go. It's 2:11. I ate a bagel this morning. Is they together? So let me go. I love y'all. Thank y'all for loving me. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and keep the peace.